I'm going to show you a little bit about the process of covering a bottle. First, I chose a bottle that would be easy to cover because this is a nice square bottle. I won't have to distort the cane so much to cover the surface. This is going to be the tricky part. I tried a lot of different ideas about how I was going to get the curvature here and then the small neck of the bottle. So I'm going to use this cane. This cane is from September's issue of Cane Builder. I'm always coming up with new cane patterns, and so I decided to offer a publication. So this video is to feature this new cane. So this is just an approximate. First I decided to kind of just curve the cane a little, so I'll slice it as a square. And then I'm going to just pull the top a little bit, press in the sides. You see, the cane has been able to set. It's not too squishy, or else this would be impossible. So my idea is to continue this pattern around the edge, and I'm not quite sure yet what I'll do when I get to the neck. Now this one's pretty thick, but I think I'm just going to have to take care of that during the sanding process. Now I have this little tiny cane for the border. This is where I'm going to line them up and smooth them out before I even place them on the bottle. I will do some experimenting with that and let you know what I come up with. Okay, I've baked the bottle and now it's time to sand it. You don't have to sand it. This base is not sanded. Some of the cane slices are much thicker than others, but it makes a nice mosaic look. This bottle has been sanded. I made the mistake of sanding through until the glass shone through. The nice thing is clay can be baked again. I'm going to do my best to patch this and bake it again because the pattern is so complex. I'm not sure anyone will notice. There's more imperfections in these vases than you would expect, but again, because of the complexity of the patterns, the overall look seems flawless. Okay, maybe not flawless, but you understand. So if this is the way I sand my projects. There are people who swear by micro mesh. Some people have different tools. I do have a tool for the final stage. I found it's easiest to just go through the different gradients and work by hand. I get a little piece off. It's very important to start with really large grit and get the most of the sanding done that way. If you try to skip to a smaller grit before you're ready, it will cause you nothing but frustration. I do go through, I'll leave in the comments the progression. It starts at 60, go to 100, 150, all the way down to eventually, this one's 1,500. I bought this at Ace. Sometimes you have to go to an automotive store because I think they use this, for body work on cars. I think it took me a long time to realize that I wasn't always going to be able to find it. Even at like Home Depot, I had to find it at an automotive shop usually. The last important tool is just a cotton t-shirt. Let's see, where's my shirt? This will wipe off the extra the extra dust. I would recommend gloves and a mask, but when you get to these smaller gradients, this is done wet. You run it under the water or put it in a bowl of water because the dust that comes off of this is so fine. At the very end, buffing it with a t-shirt will bring out a very nice shine. So I start with, I'll rip small pieces off. And the way I know that I'm ready to go to a smaller gradient is when you have to look at it at different light, and if you'll be able to tell in the surface of the film if it has been sanded evenly, and not until it's sanded evenly can you go to the next gradient, the next one up. And the nice thing is, if I do a nice job with a 60, the other ones will progress fairly quickly. I've gone all the way down to 2,000, and here's the finished product. I have to admit, about this time, I decide I'm never going to sand a project again, because it does take quite a while. I would suggest stretching it out over several days, and just making it a project that you work on when you don't have anything else going on, or you don't have the focus for cane work, but you're sitting and watching a movie, because it does take a long time. But I definitely think it can be worth it.